Dude, so today I was like, I just couldn't fucking function today, bro. Today I was trying to just grab shit, and I feel like I had fucking muscular dystrophy. I could not grab a single fucking thing. Everything fell on the floor, and then to pick it up, my knees cracked in fucking in sets of 10.
Hello and welcome to the Not Good Enough podcast, hosted by David and Andy, reporting live on June 10th. That's David.
And that's Andy.
This is episode 13 Black
Black
Pepper
pepper and paper
and
cuts.
Papercuts.
Yeah.
What's going on, David?
What's up, man? Dude, it's been an interesting week,
It
I would
certainly
say.
has. It is a Wednesday, but it's my Saturday.
Yeah, well, shit. This has been my Monday. Yesterday's been my Monday. The day before definitely was a Monday.
I think you're in purgatory.
Yep, I'm like trapped on that island from Lost.
Ooh, spoiler alert.
That's an old ass show. But yeah,
Yeah.
dude, this whole week I just been adulting and shit. Like I had to go get my
Oh, wow.
yeah, no, I had to do it eventually. But
Mm-hmm.
basically, my birthday's in March, and my tags for my car expired, and
Oh.
I haven't done it.
That was 3 months ago, man.
Yeah, so I go
That
yesterday morning,
yeah.
and I go to the DMV, and I make the appointment or whatever. And I go in there,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like, "Hey, what do you need?" I'm like, "I just need to renew my tag." She's like, "Oh, can I get your driver's license?" I'm like, "All right." I hand it to her, and I'm like, "I'm a little late." And then she's like,
Mm-hmm.
she chuckles, she like smirks, whatever, and then she like looks at my driver's license, and she looks at my profile. She's like, she starts fucking dying. She thought the shit was hilarious how late I was, bro.
What? What? 3 months?
Yeah, dude. I don't know.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's people that don't even go to get it registered.
Yeah, but you can't laugh at the people that don't go because they're just ultimately late and don't ever.
Mm-hmm.
Are you late if you never do it?
I think you're considered dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that for next year. But yeah, I made her day, so that was good. I
Okay.
just, she's like, Andy, I'm telling you, she's dying. She's dying of laughter over there. And I look at her, I'm like, I'm just gonna blame it on the pandemic. And she's like, mm-hmm.
Well, that it's a valid thing. I mean, the pandemic was going, hard in March. Remember, March was 97 days long. David,
Yo,
you had a long period of time to get it.
yo,
to get
yo,
that.
yo,
So technically, you're like 8 or 9 months
months
behind.
late. Yeah, that's probably why she thought she was so funny. She's like,
Yeah.
sir, she was thinking in her head, like, sir, you have like 13 weeks in March to fucking do this. You didn't do it not once where you're like, oh fuck, I gotta make sure I drive legally.
hmm
Yeah, what's up with you, bro? You got adult shit, whatever. You got kids now.
No, just the one cat. I don't have any kids as far as I know.
Ooh.
Ew.
uh,
Ew. Boring.
uh,
But anyway, yeah, adulting. We she also had the day off today, and how uh, universities have like weird schedules and whatnot, especially during this um, time with the pandemic. University is not officially open and all this stuff, so she ended up having the day off. So we went and we did some errands. We went to Sam's Club, which is kind of like Costco for other people in this country. And listen, we spent like
spent
three
some
hundred
dough.
bucks.
Damn.
I
Holy
know.
shit.
It was like 280, yeah. But we got things that we needed to get. We didn't do impulse buys or anything like that. We didn't splurge. But
12 bags of Doritos.
we haven't gone for like 4 months to Sam's Club, and we bulk buy. We get things. There's like laundry detergent, for example. We get it there, and let me tell you something. When it says like 80 loads, for somebody like me, I do one load a week. That is gonna last me more than a year
Because
in
you just
laundry
wear,
detergent.
bro. Because you wear the same shirt and you just fucking flip it on each side. Like you go like correct way, and then you flip it over, and then you
I
go
mean,
inside out the next day, and then the day after you
that
go
would make
flip
sense
over
if I
inside
didn't
out.
have clothes, but I do have clothes, but I only have enough work shirts for one shirt a day. So I do laundry on a weekly basis anyway.
I try,
But
but
anyway,
ultimately I can't do laundry on a weekly basis. I'm so unorganized and like I haven't gone grocery shopping in like 3 weeks, and the only reason
isn't
I
it
went last time.
terrifying?
No,
when you
it's
actually
so
like
great.
think about it, it's like, oh fuck, it's been 3 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I've just been living off fucking Red Bulls, sugar-free Red Bulls. Now trying to
Okay,
make
see, look
I'm
at you,
trying to make a
man.
dent in my diet. You
You,
feel me?
yeah, you're being diabetic conscious. There we
Yeah,
go, man. Good for you. Sugar free Red Bull.
only because metformin, which is a diabetes medicine, is on back order. So
Oh,
so if I go too high on the sugar, I'm gonna be out of out of medicine.
gotcha.
Not that I'm diabetic, but you never know. 2020
Not
has been
yet.
a little weird. A little weird.
Anything's possible right now.
Honestly, yes. But yeah, Andy, we have a lot of exciting shit going on. Hopefully
Okay.
soon we will do this show live locally on the same place one day.
One day we'll see. We'll see what happens. Well, yeah, we'll see. I mean, if you wear a hazmat suit, that's one thing.
I'll
You
buy
know,
it.
if
It's like, come on, I could go to Party City, get that bitch for like $12.
yeah, we'll think about it.
I probably will put that on the list for next episode.
Sure.
Well, let's go through our last week's anchor updates, man.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun.
Uh, Episode
Our
12.
audience, yeah, our audience size is like 10.
Yeah,
We're
that's good.
growing. We're two
Yep.
digits now.
Yeah, well, it was 8, but then this last week's episode, me and Andy both listened to the podcast, so we are now 10 overall.
Yeah. But I've been listening to it because I also want to hear it from a listener's point of view, and so I can take like mental notes and whatnot.
Sometimes when I listen to it, I try to follow along because I'm the one saying the words and shit. Half the time I can't. Like some of the shit I say is so stupid and like so out of place with myself mentally that I just can't do it.
Huh.
Like I'm the one that said the joke, but I can't say the joke again because when I try to say it again, I start stuttering.
It's just in the moment.
Yeah,
Sure.
in the moment, not even thinking. I'm like on 3 different cans of Red Bull.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, last week's episode, Andy, 11 views as of June 10th. Really proud of that. We, it's only up from here. We hope.
That's right. That's right. It is. And let's see again. Most of our listeners are in the United States. We're still heard. I don't know how long these numbers stand. You know what I mean? Like for the locations. I don't know if it's like for the lifetime of the show or if it's like in the last 30, 60 days or whatever it is. But we are still listed as being heard in the United States, Ireland, New Zealand, Australia, Germany, and France.
Holla at all of y'all. We appreciate all of y'all. Y'all in the US, y'all's in the outer countries. We appreciate y'all.
That's right. And still, the biggest platform out there for us is Spotify, who I also like. I do.
Oh, nice. Me
So
too.
on
That's where I listen.
Spotify, then the Anchor podcast as
Woo!
well, and
Apple.
um, Apple, and then Bullhorn. Never heard of them before,
No, I have to
but
look it
we're
up,
heard
bro.
on it.
Yeah, we're there. So if you guys are on Bullhorn, I'll at you too, man.
Mm-hmm.
But Andy, I guess it's time for our very first segment of this episode.
Okay, what do we got?
Current events.
Current events.
Let's see. There's plans unveiled for unveiled. Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh. Plans were revealed for the phased reopen.
Unveiled. I believe the word you're trying to speak is unveiled.
We're just gonna go
Plans
with revealed.
unveiled. Okay, plans were shown
Yep.
for the phased reopening of Walt Disney World resort theme parks, resort hotels, and Disney stores.
Dude, which is it's great to hear, not because we're from Florida, but because I heard they have to cut a lot of people with this whole COVID thing. They
Yeah.
try to stay on, keep them on there as long as they can, but nobody knew how long the show was gonna last.
Now, just as a disclaimer, this article is 2 weeks old. It is from May 27th, and so it's talking about how their phase to reopen the resort theme parks plan to begin tomorrow. Actually, on
Oh,
no, I'm sorry, July 11th. So a month from tomorrow.
and
Um,
yeah, dude. Honestly, yeah, we need this shit. Not, I mean, I guess they're gonna. I haven't read into it because I just haven't read into it, but I'm assuming that they're gonna do like a occupancy like threshold limit. That's the word. Yeah, limit. They're gonna be like an occupancy limit on it. But I'm glad that
mhm,
they're reopening because first off, people are going fucking ape shit, not being able to go out as much and do shit. Second of all, like it's a great way to de-stress, which I guess just ties in with the first point. Third,
mhm,
uh, they make a lot of money for us. That's a really big thing in Florida. You think Florida, you think Miami, obviously, holla at y'all. Um, Orlando, Disney World, and
mhm.
I don't know the fact that Florida looks like a fucking gun on the map.
Sure.
Well, yeah, I'm glad this is happening because this
Yeah,
is
I
a
am too.
big form. There's a lot of people that work at Disney World.
And Disney is supposed to be the happiest place on earth. And let me tell you something. With this year, we need some happiness.
It's been
So
sad.
we could use some happiness. But just think, man. All these rules and regulations that they're gonna have. It's where you're gonna have like you're gonna need to wear a mask. You're gonna need to still social distance. So it's going to be a different experience for sure, if you end up going. Um, but they are going to have different areas that you can be in without your mask on. It's kind of like a breathing area.
Yeah, masks
Yeah,
are like the new cigarettes.
yes.
But it's
And
like the
yeah.
opposite. So like most of it is you have to have a mask, but here's a mask free area. You just pop a smoke,
Hmm.
fucking you take out your little Newport 305.
Or, yeah, or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, but I am reading now. They put limits on attendance, like I guessed. They
Hmm.
also have um suspended the parades and nighttime events.
That's right.
Because it draws a lot of people. Nobody's gonna be going on rides when there's a fucking firework parade outside. They
Hmm.
suspended that. They said they're gonna return to that at a later date. Hopefully, when everything
Hmm.
calms down, or they're gonna do it in a different way. And then high touch experiences such as makeovers, little kid shit, fucking playgrounds. That shit's gonna be suspended for the meantime. But all these things that are suspended, I'm assuming I haven't read into too deep into it, but I'm assuming that they're gonna replace it with something else that isn't such high touch and they can enforce social distancing and be make people have fun but be safe.
Hmm. Health and safety for everyone, basically. Cast members as well as guests 2 years of age and older will be required to wear appropriate face coverings in theme parks and common areas of resort hotels. All guests will also undergo temperature screenings prior to entering a theme park. Cast members will also have temperature checks. Cashless transactions will be recommended, and cleaning and disinfection procedures will be increased in high traffic areas.
So which is great. This is probably how they're gonna do it everywhere. Because, dude, honestly, there was a lot of businesses that I didn't see close with this whole pandemic shit. Mostly jewelry stores, which is crazy because I wanted to spend my stimulus check on a fucking chain, but it was. I don't even like going to Disney, to be honest with you. The parks, it's because I've gone so many fucking times, Andy. I have gone to
Hmm.
Disney since my first day out of the womb, and
You went to a park on
yeah,
day one?
they won like 2 hours in.
You were you were born in a sandbox at a theme park? Is that what happened?
No, I was born in Hialeah, Miami, and then I'm telling you, as soon as they put me on my mom's arms, she took me to Disney World. I've been there so many fucking times
Oh
that
my god.
I'm a little tired of it. I like to go every once in a while, like every couple years, because there's new shit going on. They acquired Star Wars. I love Star Wars, all that shit.
Star
But
Wars, I really want to go see the Star Wars areas as well as the Pandora area too.
yeah, all that shit. I want to see all that shit. But
Hmm.
even though I'm not really big into Disney, I appreciate, or not I appreciate. I mean, I do, but what am I trying to say? Can't find words today. But I can understand just how big it is to people that live in Florida, to people that like to go on vacation
Hmm.
and spend time, de-stress, all that stuff. I can see how big it is. It's like, because Disney's big, bro, and there's a lot of shit, and there you can whatever you want, you got it. As long you
Well,
just can't have orgies in the fucking resorts, but
I mean, we've talked about Disney before. Remember that big
yeah,
chart earlier
I was
episodes?
like one,
We're
yeah, I was like episode.
Yeah, it was like episode 1 or something like that. Yeah. So like the company Disney itself is massive and they own so much stuff.
Everything, everything.
Pretty much. It's kind of like how Amazon is right now that sells everything. Disney owns everything.
Yep.
Um but just think about it. This is they're based in Orlando, the one that we're talking about. And there's so many vendors and there's so many people involved that run the place and operate in the place, like all the food places, like all the hotels around the Orlando area for these parks, all the just everything, all the traffic that comes in to Orlando, and with all the other businesses that branch out, that could be part of it, other restaurants, like they're all affected if these parks are not open, because there's just so much travel.
They generate so much income.
Hmm.
And this is a great way to put boost our economy back up because there's been a whole bunch of shit going on, and we need this year.
Hmm.
We're halfway through, hopefully, unless fucking June is like 7 months again, like fucking March was. But you know
I
that
think the months are starting to pick up. You know what I mean?
the start. Wait until we get to fucking December 31st. Soon as it hits fucking 12 a.m. for the next day, it's gonna be month 13. We're gonna have a new fucking month. Just that's how fucking weird 2020 has been.
Or December 32nd. Who knows?
Yeah. There's gonna be like 7 fucking moons outside.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
Yeah. Well,
So, God forbid there's werewolves.
oh, so
but
I want to be one.
uh, but it looks like the Magic Kingdom and the Animal Kingdom is going to reopen on or around July 11th, as well as the Disney Hollywood, and Epcot will be July 15th. So these are the tentative dates. We'll see how it goes.
And we'll probably report back if everything turned out to be a shit show, or if
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I think John has the Cinderella castle tattoo on his leg.
I've never seen Cinderella.
Like the Disney the Disney logo. Disney castle logo.
Yeah, no idea. I mean, I know who Cinderella is. That's that white bitch with the slipper, right?
You're killing me.
Right? Am I wrong?
Yes, that is Cinderella. Hold on. I'm going to drop it in the notes. You're killing me.
Am I though?
Yes.
Dude, I don't. I've never. I mean, I've
Look at the
only seen
notes.
a handful of. Oh, that one. Oh, that's that.
Yeah, I think he
Jeez.
has that tattoo.
Well, John's a
So
walking
I think
fucking
he's
sponsor. Holy shit.
I think he's gonna be really excited about Disney opening back up. I got a couple of friends that are really excited about Disney opening back up.
Huh. Nice. Well, well, that's enough of that, Andy. I guess we're gonna go to the next segment of today's episode: video games.
Games.
Yep. We got Transformers Devastation today. Now, Andy, I don't know if you ever heard of this game. It was a really low key game. Like it, I only heard of it because it came out free on PlayStation Plus like 3 years ago. But let me tell you, Andy, whenever I played this game the first time a couple years back, instantly I loved it. This is my top five favorite game. It's in my top five. This shit is so fucking good. It's made by Platinum Games, if I'm right. Hope so. Hope I'm right. But yeah, made by Platinum Games. Same people that make Devil May Cry, Bayonetta. It's really, it's a fast paced action game. This shit's fucking amazing. All right. Now, a little bit
hmm
disclaimer: you're not gonna be able to find this on any online store because of the Transformers license with Hasbro. The shit apparently expired, and Activision doesn't have the rights to sell it on digitally anymore. So you won't be able to find it digitally. I picked up a copy a couple weeks ago on Mercari, which is an eBay like app. So I bought it there for
Hmm.
like $15, just because I couldn't find it on the PlayStation Store, and I really love this game, and I was thinking about it, and
hmm
I fell in love with it all over again, Andy. This game is fucking amazing. If you like
That's
action
nice.
games, this shit's for you, bro. Now, story wise, like I've
Mm-hmm.
explained before, I don't do story. I speed run every game that I play.
Right.
I skipped them fucking cutscenes, bro, before it even let me skip the fucking cutscenes, bro. That's how fucking quick I was. So story wise, I don't fucking know. All I know is there's a lot of you fight the same person like 7 times, which which is kind of annoying. So let's talk about the good shit of the game. Fucking the gameplay, Andy. Gameplay is fun. The gameplay loop,
Mm-hmm.
it's amazing. You know, there's guns. There's the melee. You could pick up. It's like I guess like an RPG of like you can pick your weapons. Like there's weapon loots and stuff, kind of like Borderlands. Is the
Mm-hmm.
what I would compare it to, with like a grading system for the loot that you pick up and weapons. There could be like what's that shit called? Like knuckles, like a knuckle weapon, or like a sword, twin swords, hammers, all that shit. This shit's fucking. It's a lot of shit, and
Mm-hmm.
that gameplay loop of fighting people and turning, transforming into your car and driving around and hitting them with the car and shit. This shit's amazing. The Another good thing, the characters you can play as. You can play as, if I remember correctly, 5 characters: Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Starscream. No, that's a bad guy. Sideswipe, Grimlock, and one guy, one, one other guy, the engineer. Um, all
Mm-hmm.
fun. They're all different enough where you can enjoy it. Like they all each have their own special ability. There's an ultimate ability and then a special ability. They're each different. Definitely easier to play with Optimus Prime, just because he's Optimus Prime. He's a little OP. and it's not a long game, but it'll keep you. It has a lot of replayability. Now,
Okay.
onto the bad shit, Andy. Let's talk about how fucking repetitive it is with the bosses. There's a lot of boss fights. And by boss fights I just mean, named characters. Um
Right.
Dude, the first person you fight is Devastator. Spoiler. He's the person, the robot that the game is named after. And you fight the man like 7 fucking times, bro. Dead ass. You fight the man 7 fucking times,
Hmm.
which it gets boring after a while, or not boring, but it gets repetitive, and you just get frustrated because you don't want to fight him. You fight Megatron like 4 times. Well, he's the hardest one. Getting that bullshit later, and Megatron and Starscream. Starscream's kind of annoying too with his little fucking sound with that shit. That shit's fucking annoying. Yeah, bro. Whenever you transform, you hear that, and no, no matter how fast you do it, it replays the fucking thing every time you hit the transform button. And I'm not
Oh
gonna
my
lie,
god.
I beat the game mainly like 9 times in a span of like 4 or 5 days. And I'm so tired of hearing that fucking noise, bro. Like whenever whenever I'm just chilling at home, just like on my phone or whatever, I randomly hear that fucking noise and I look up and I'm a little scared, like, where is he?
That's ridiculous.
But yeah, dude, it's a great game. I love it. I fucking beat it on hard. I beat it on the prime, which is the difficulty after hard. And after you beat the shit on prime, you have another difficulty that's even harder, which is
Hmm.
Magnus, whatever. Anus. It sounds like anus. Which that bitch. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I almost broke my fucking controller. If my controller wasn't $150, I would have broken that shit already. That shit gets frustrating after a while, but not to the point where
Hmm.
I'm like, I want to fucking quit. Like I'm quitting this fucking game. Nah,
No,
like
you're just more challenged.
yeah, more challenge, and until you get to the boss battle at the end, very end with Megatron. That is some bullshit, Andy. Some bullshit, yo. He just fucking interrupts. You hit square to attack. Nope, not you didn't hit square. Nope, he interrupted that. You trying to shoot him? Nope, he's not over there anymore. He's over there. He's over here now. He's on your face. He's punching you in the face, and then
He
you
can
can
teleport?
shit. Basic, yeah. About yeah. Goddamn. By the time you take out the gun, motherfuckers on you, and the fucking there was one shit that pissed me off a lot, and I'm trying to remember it, but it was on the boss battle. You could only you take 2 hits, bro. The first one takes you all the way to like 2% health, and then the second one
Hmm.
just fucking obliterates you. And that was the boss battle that like I struggled on the most, and that shit fucking sucked. But either way, I highly recommend that fucking game. That game is the shit. If you like not even if you like Transformers, obviously, it's a great game. Better than the fucking live action type ones or whatever with the realistic graphics. Oh, forgot to mention, this game has the animation style from the TV show. So if you like that shit, like the OG version,
Hmm.
shit is lit, Andy. Which is from your fucking time. You're old as fuck. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I remember when they did the old school animations.
yeah, and uh, they're better.
One frame was a drawing. Yes.
Yes. Yep. And I remember that the old games sucked ass. The ones from like the movies, based off the movies, they were trash. They were good. They were good ideas, but let's just say those ideas should not always come to life. This is much better than that. If you could look it up, like on I don't know if GameStop sells it, but you can look up on Mercari or eBay or whatever. Definitely recommend getting the game and playing it. I'm gonna hang it up on my wall one day, bro. That's how much I love this fucking game. Now it's like a limited edition type shit because you can't nobody can buy it digitally. It's only fucking
Yeah.
physical now.
I mean, I see what you're talking about. It says the game was removed from sale via digital storefronts in December 2017, alongside other Transformer games published by Activision, due to the expiration of their licensing deal with Hasbro.
Yeah, fucking has, bro.
Oh man. But yeah, I've been seeing some gameplay. So it's kind of like playing a you're playing a comic book basically.
Yeah, dude, the animation style is
That's really
great.
neat. And I see that it's third person,
Third
so
person action,
that's
like
neat.
Devil May Cry. It's
Yeah,
really
it's a
it's pretty fast
like
paced.
like you said, it's a action hack and slash video game,
Yup. And I
and
beat
it's
the game on
single
every
player.
character. Every character is so much fun to play with. They each have their own shit, their own ups, their own pros and cons, and that's what I'm talking about. The replayability, because
Hmm.
it's the loot that you get, and then also the different characters, and then the different difficulties too. There's a lot of replayability on there, 100%. It's not like Hellblade where you wouldn't get really a whole much of replayability because the whole game is just story and not much gameplay.
Right.
So it's definitely a wide spectrum shift from Hellblade, which we talked about on
Hmm.
episode 11. But definitely, if you like more action type games and you're into Transformers, I would 100% recommend this game.
Sounds good, man. So yeah, it was released on October 6th in the U.S. 2015.
2015, yeah, a little old game, but hey, this shit goes ham.
Sounds like it, man. All right, well, sweet. Uh, what's next? It looks like we have a segment for the third part, movies.
Yeah, we're gonna give the mantle up to John now, so he can talk about the movie Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler. Take it away, John.
Hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on, Not Good Enough podcast community? John here. I got my notes with me. This week I watched the Uncut Gems. It's going to be the 2019 Adam Sandler film directed by the Safdie brothers. First off, hope everybody's staying safe. Hope everybody's doing okay during all this. So let's jump into this thing. This was one of my, I think this is one of my favorites of last year. It had a lot of Oscar, Golden Globe buzz, and I thought it deserved every award it got. From the opening scene, and I mean, there's not a single moment that you ever catch your breath. This movie is, unrelenting. It was directed by Benny and John Safdie, who also did 2017's Good Time with Robert Pattinson. This 2019 Academy Award winning film, I mean, it's nothing short of sheer genius. I mean, after the quality outing, of 2017's Good Time, it's clear to me that the Safdie brothers, they absolutely love adrenaline, and they just have such a keen sense of, I mean, the nonstop action and adventure of living in New York City. So Uncut Gems brings us the story of Howard Ratner, a jewelry shop owner in New York City. It's a high-end jewelry store. And Howard has seen, some rising debts starting to mount. And he can see those, the people who have loaned to him, they're starting to swarm to collect from him. I mean, to me, this movie is like the dictionary definition of edge of your seat action. I mean, this movie is unrelenting. I was sweating. The first time I watched it, I could not take my eyes off of the screen. I mean, I've said it once or twice, but I mean, this movie is unrelenting. I mean, it never pumps the brakes, even from the opening scene. It does just an incredible job of, taking advantage of, quick edits and up and close and, personal, almost uncomfortably close. The cinematography, makes this movie feel almost like a documentary at times. Like you sometimes forget what you're watching. It's almost something like you shouldn't be watching almost. The Safdie brothers, they've just done an incredible job with both of their films. I'm not only getting, some incredible acting talents, such as the likes of, Adam Sandler and Robert Pattinson, and, the same can be said for both the Safdie brothers themselves, who have both shown up in their films. But I mean, they've done just an absolutely awesome job of getting stellar performances out of their actors, and they really get the most out of the people that they have on screen. I mean, I've seen some great performances from Adam Sandler. Punch Drunk Love, Click, Spanglish at times. But I've also seen, total shit from him. I mean, I don't even think Grown Ups is, actually a movie. I'm under the conclusion that, the four main actors just, wanted to go to a water park and get paid for it. Or, they wanted to go to Hawaii and just go with it, or wherever they went and blended, and they just wanted to get paid for it. But I mean, when I got to give credit when credit's due. When Adam Sandler actually wants to give a performance, I mean, he knocks it out of the park. Punch Drunk Love is probably one of my all-time favorites. And besides that movie, I think this is his best performance to date. I generally think Sandler was snubbed from the Oscars. I thought he at least deserved an Oscar nomination for this. He was incredible. But not to take anything away from Joaquin Phoenix and all of the other actors who were nominated, but Joaquin was fucking genius in Joker, and I'm really glad he won. But I genuinely think Adam Sandler in this film could give him a run for his money. Sandler to me is almost unrecognizable in this movie. Once you're in the nitty gritty, and once this film gets rolling, I mean, you completely forget it's Adam Sandler. Like, I was just so invested so quickly, and I had to take myself, away from the movie, and tell myself that it's just he's just acting, and this is just a movie, because you get so incredibly invested, so quickly. But I mean, I got to give credit to Adam Sandler, but I mean, he's not the only standout actor in this movie. You got to give a major shout out to the Safdie brothers for getting incredible performances from everybody. Even major shout out to Julianne Fox. She's one of the supporting actresses in this. She plays one of the characters in the jewelry shop, and I mean, this is her debut film, and I mean, she treats this like she is a vet. Whatever film she's going to be in the near future, I mean, she's just going to be a force to be reckoned with, because she is absolutely so believable in this movie. And again, if she's as good as anything that she's going to be in anytime soon, if she brings this kind of coup de grace, or this kind of panache, she's going to be incredible. Same goes to Lakeith Stanfield. One of my absolute favorites. I didn't necessarily like Sorry to Bother You, but I can just see where he's coming, and he's doing some amazing things. Also, like I said, Kevin Garnett. Who would have thought? And I think that it just goes to show that the Safdie brothers, when they're in their niche, and they're behind a camera, and they're being able to do what they want to do, I mean, they're a force to be reckoned with. I think they're the real deal. I think one of the greatest aspects of the movie is the use of sound. It's the sound design and the setup. A lot of the scenes used have upwards of 10 to 12 people in a room who are just constantly talking over and trying to one up each other in the scene. And I think that's a really smart technique, in my opinion, because when you have all those people talking over each other, it's so hard to try to get a feel for what they're trying to portray, or like what they're trying to get out of the scene. And I think that it causes like a slight disorientation, in in the audience, and it makes us focus even harder on the scene and what's being shown. Super smart. I think it also depicts, a real life high-end jewelry shop, especially in Manhattan and the New York area. I really think just working in that shop has got to be just so tense and just so non-stop. I think just between the haggling, the high-end personalities that, come in and out of the shop, everything about those places have to be nerve-wracking. Not to mention the possibility of getting robbed. Or if, in this case, you're Howard, you're having mobsters attempt to, rough you up and manhandle some money out of you. Howard being the classic tragic hero that he is, who nothing ever seems to go his way. His addiction to gambling and doing whatever he has to do to stay alive, and to pay off these debts, somehow just never seemed to work for him. I believe that everybody should check this movie out. If they haven't, I can't speak highly enough of this film. I think it is a incredible accomplishment on the Safdie brothers for only having 2 movies under their belt. It just goes to show how incredibly talented they are behind the camera and how they are dealing with with their actors. I think everybody should check out this movie at least once, if you haven't already. And I would do it relatively soon, because it is currently streaming on Netflix. And Netflix it is free, but as we know with Netflix, they have a tendency to get rid of their quality movies and and the series that we all come to love, in order to make way for whatever Netflix original they're about to release or whatever they deem worthy. But I believe that I think the Safdie brothers, I think they're the real deal. When they're able to work within their niche, and Uncut Gems should certainly belong in the conversation for one of the best, if not the best. Well, maybe not the best of 2019. That top spot's still going to belong to Parasite. But I guess we can save that conversation for another episode. I just genuinely think this movie's incredible. Everything from the editing, the pacing is immaculate. Everything about this film is just so high paced, like high energy and fast paced, and it's nerve wracking. I mean, it'll cause you to have some high blood pressure. I just wanted to, thank you guys again, for giving me this opportunity, to just chit chat about movies. Go check this one out. This is, it's 2 hours and some change, short, sweet, to the point. It is it's just a fun time. It's just, this is what you want from a movie. You want to walk in to escape whatever is going on. You want to be able to kind of, disillusion from reality. And I mean, if you don't get something out of this movie, whether it's just being confused, even not knowing what's going on because everything is just coming at you so quickly, and that's something that I've heard a lot of people say. But I think once you kind of get your feet in the ground, you're seated, you're ready to roll, and like once you're in the thick of it, this movie's just fun. I mean, there's no way around it. This movie is a blast. Major shout out to Andy and David. Hey, one more time, I just want to thank you guys for giving me this opportunity. I don't know what we'll be doing next week, but I'm looking forward to it. As you guys know, I love grabbing my notebook. I love sitting down and watching something good. I love doing this. Also, big shout out, major thank you to the viewers. Thank you guys for listening to us. I genuinely love doing this, and I just wanted to say thank you guys for listening. So until next week, you guys stay happy, stay healthy, but most importantly, just stay safe. So I'll be talking to you guys next week. Have a great week, y'all.
All right, thanks, John. So now we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
See ya.
All right, now welcome back to Not Good Enough Podcast, the second half of episode 13. We're going into the next segment,
Conspiracies. Oh,
Conspiracy of the Week. This week, we're talking about Hollow Earth. Now, David didn't know what I was talking about last time.
no, I had
Is
to
that right,
actually
David?
look. Yeah, I had to actually look up the word hollow. I didn't know.
Oh, thank God you didn't look up the word Earth.
Well, only because Earth just reminds me of green and blue and orange for some
Dirt.
reason.
But anyway, the Hollow Earth theory. Yes, that is correct. It's where the conspiracy is that the Earth itself is hollow and there's another world inside, so to speak. So the concept is proposed that the planet is entirely hollow and has a substantial interior space. So this came about in the late 17th century by Edmund Halley. The notion was disproven, but it's still around.
Yeah. I actually saw a National Geographic video on this. It was like a 5 minute. It mentioned it in passing.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, I saw the episode or the thing yesterday, the video. So from what I saw from the video, they were saying that some scientists saw that there was a big ass block of ice underneath like a certain amount of the surface, like a couple miles down, and I don't
Where?
know how Earth.
Where on Earth?
So look down.
Like under Florida?
No, no, no.
Um,
So like look down. So there, just a couple miles down.
but where on the planet?
Right. Okay, Andy. So look down to your floor. All right, and it's a couple miles down that direction.
The planet's big, so they're saying that there's a layer of
Oh,
ice.
you mean where did they find it? Like on
Right.
like bitch, you could have asked
Where
that. Holy
I
shit.
I did. I'm like, where in Florida? You're like, look down.
Well, I don't know,
Well,
dude. They
so
didn't
yes.
mention that actually. They didn't mention that on the video.
Okay, so then we don't know if they're talking about there's a layer like the crust is the dirt that we're on. That's where the tectonic plates is. That's where all the continents is. That's the landmass is the crust.
Look, bro,
Now
this is
that's
National
like
Geographic. I don't know
that
what you expect anything other than conspiracies.
that's the History Channel. National
So,
Geographic. The History
yes.
Channel is used to be about history. And it's
Yeah.
all about conspiracy theories now. But no, the National Geographic, they should be more specific in what they're talking about. I'm sure they said it, David. You just didn't catch it. It's okay.
Nah, dude, I was paying attention, bro. I was paying there. Nah, so the thing is, I don't know if to believe this conspiracy, or at least all the way. There's parts where I'm like, probably not, but there's parts where like we don't fucking know. It's not like the flat Earth theory where it's like you guys are retarded. It's just definitely not. I can't say you guys are retarded, even if you guys are,
Mhm.
because there's no way there's from what I heard from the video. Don't quote me on this. Apparently, it's the Earth is 4,000 miles. Like to get to the center from where we are, Andy, it's about 4,000 miles, and we've only drilled 8 miles in. So it's a big ass like space that we're missing. And the thing is, we stopped at 8 because it was hot. It was too hot for us.
That's right. Yeah. Oh God, what hole size or what hole was that? It's like wasn't that like in Russia or something like that? Deepest hole on
Ooh.
Earth.
Oh, you're gonna see my my college slut, my high school slut.
Cola
Yeah.
Cola super deep borehole.
Whoa.
That's right. Now you think giant hole. I mean, it was just 9 inches in diameter because it was just they were just drilling a hole. They're just going straight down. So about this, it's at 40,230 feet, which is 12,262 meters, and it still reigns as the deepest hole. It took almost 20 years
Holy
to
shit.
reach 7.5 miles down, only half the distance or less to the mantle. So I guess the crust itself, the first layer
It's
of
like
Earth,
16 miles.
is around 16 miles on average.
Dude, 4,000 miles to the center? That's a couple trips from here to Miami, dog. From Gainesville to Miami.
So yes, I looked it up, the Earth radius. Um let's see. So it's 3950 to 3963 miles. So that is the radius. That's to the center in theory.
Yeah, because we don't know.
We haven't gone there, so we
Yeah,
don't know.
we're probably never gonna get there unless we
But
become indestructible. All right, you can say that word, Andy. I can't say it.
I'm gonna say why they stopped drilling. Are you
Oh,
curious about that?
sure. Go ahead. Don't finish my
So
sentence then.
according to the studies, they let's see. Deep hole at the middle of the earth. Okay, the digging reached over 50,000 feet and apparently discontinued due to the fact that the Earth's core was radiating temperatures of more than 500 centigrade.
Damn, bro. You think they only made that hole because it wasn't like scientific at all? They were just like, we don't have a microwave and we need to cook this bacon.
Um, 500 centigrade is pretty hot. Now
You can cook the
they
fuck out of some bacon though.
just a few seconds.
Just a few
I mean,
seconds, bro. You don't even have to go 8 miles deep. You just like 1 mile, and that bitch will be like steaming.
yeah,
But
but then by the time it gets
you
back
put
up,
yeah,
it's gonna be
it's cold
cold.
as fuck. Yeah, you like have it on a string. You're like, willing, let's go.
I'm so hungry. Let's see. Yeah, this is oops, wrong one, wrong way. Where'd it go? I lost my spot. Oh well.
Nice.
Okay. Oh, let's go to there. What could happen if the Russians, because it was in Russia, had not stopped the project?
It's gonna be the hot war. We can go deeper in the earth.
Let's see. So yeah, the 500 degrees centigrade. In retrospect, which proved to be boiling, which to be boiling water and too much steam coming out, and oil, natural gas, crude oil, and lots of diamonds for the project to forge forward. So I mean,
They probably got a
there's
payday though. All those
yeah,
diamonds and oils and shit.
but it's 7.5 miles down.
Yeah, but
I don't think it's gonna be easy. They weren't really, down there. There wasn't a human down there. I don't believe so. It was 9 inches wide. It was just a drill bit. It just
you,
kept on adding more stuff.
they just make the hole bigger, and then some guy's like, "All right, I'll jump," and then it takes him like fucking like an hour, and he's like, "I'm only 5 miles deep."
Well, I heard that they were hearing stuff. They in theory they were like hearing like hell basically. Like they were hearing screams and like they thought they were like getting to the gates of hell.
How the fuck did they hear it? Did they have a fucking microphone on the tip
I
of the?
think so.
How do you have a
Yeah,
microphone on the tip of the thing, but it's so hot that it like fucking burns everything up,
that's
but you
why
can
they
still hear
couldn't
it?
continue. They couldn't go any farther because things were like getting all hot.
All right,
But
so
anyway, we're talking about the hollow.
hell's down there. Yeah, we're talking about hollow shit, and then
but but yeah,
hell's down there. So where the fuck is heaven? Somebody go up to the clouds and check.
mm, let's see. Oh, there's so many branches.
Of heaven.
No,
Oh, I was like, damn,
of
they got like
of our
executive,
theory of
judicial.
what we're talking about. God.
Well, dude, I
Okay.
don't think the Earth is fucking hollow though, because there has to be some down there. Whether it be fucking whether there has to be like lava or some shit. Because to me, look, I know I googled the word hollow, but I don't, I'm not too good with definitions. Hollow to me is like there's nothing there, whether it be like no type of volume of anything, liquid or solid. So,
So consider this. It's kind of like think of it as a cave.
mhm.
You know, you go into. Have you ever been in a cave, like at a state park or something like that?
I don't really leave my house, but I'm just gonna say yeah.
It's fine if you haven't. But I have been in a cave and it's really interesting. So it's kind of like that where you can like be in a cave and there's earth on top of you and there's earth underneath you. You know what I mean? It's like a different I guess the
Yeah,
theory is kind of like
but if they say hollow Earth, I would assume like a big ass area of it is hollow to say it's a hollow
sure.
Earth and not just a hollow space in Earth.
Well, that's what's really fascinating about this because we don't know.
And we're not gonna find out anytime soon.
Not at the rate things are going.
No, shit, we're
They're
gonna be dead by the end of this fucking year.
I mean, we're going to be going back up to space, before we figure out like what's, really under the ground
Yeah, we
or
have knowledge in like Mars, and we could tell you, we like they said in the episode that I saw yesterday of National Geographic, we know more of the moon's surface than we do our own Earth.
Mhm.
Like we've never even seen the bottom of the sea. Of like the deep sea, we've never reached the bottom just because the pressure is too much.
Yeah, we
It's like when your mom says, "I'll give you $100 if you get honor roll," and you just for the life of you cannot get honor roll. It's just like that, 100%, like on the dot.
seas all year long.
But we're gonna leave it at that. If somebody wants to talk about the Hollow Earth, go right ahead, man. Let us know on YouTube or send us an email. Fucking shoot us a little thing on the
Yeah,
website.
we there's just there's so many things. I've heard so many different parts about it. Like there was like an old school pilot that flew over the Arctic or the Antarctic, sorry. And they saw like a giant hole and they went down into the hole and then they came out into a different land where it was just like lush green and all this stuff and they've never seen this landmass before. This was like 100 years ago or something like that. And then they came back out and they're like, you wouldn't believe where I've been. um so yeah, I've heard about that. I've the journey to the center of the earth. There was that movie, and then there was the remake of the movie, and all these different things about it. Yeah, I don't know. There's even that conspiracy about like lizard people. That species of like humanoid lizards that apparently live under the ground, live in caves.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of that, David? Oh
Nope.
my god. You need to watch the History Channel.
Oh, you need to give me some cable. But
um.
let's go to the next topic, man. Next segment, last segment of the episode.
All
What
right.
makes us mad?
What makes us mad? What makes you mad, David?
Apartment searching, Andy. Apartment searching makes me mad.
Apartment searching. You know
Yep.
what? Good one. That makes me mad too.
Let me tell you
Why does
my
it make you mad?
yeah. Let me tell you my experience.
Okay.
Today, um, today I'm looking for apartments, and because I'm not moving. I guess anytime soon. My lease is up in like February, but I want to get a head start. I want to see like in the area I want to move, like what's the prices looking like, what I need to do, all that stuff. Get
Mm-hmm.
I want to get in that mindset. I don't want to because I was
Sure.
I was gonna move this year, but
You got
before
like
I knew
8
it, it
months,
was
right?
yeah, I got like 8 months, but like I
you're,
was gonna
you're 4 months in. You're ready to move.
well, I was gonna move this year because I was already living in this place a year, and then but it was fucking February by the time, that I was thinking about it,
Okay.
and then I had to renew my lease, and I
Okay.
didn't,
So
yeah, I didn't want
okay.
to,
So
but I didn't have anything lined up.
you were on year 2 already. Okay, I understand now. Okay.
Yeah,
So you missed out your first opportunity. Now you're like, you know what? It's not
I'm
happening again.
starting early on my second, exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I'm looking at not just apartments, but just houses too. So like I'm looking on Zillow, I'm looking at rent.com, and I'm looking at apartments.com. And all this shit, I found the same issue. Most like not really Zillow, because Zillow is like property and houses, mostly on just rent.com and apartments.com. But this
Mm-hmm.
shit pissed me off, Andy. And it was whenever they do the search bar of like what area do you want to search, I would type in Jonesville/Newberry because I'm looking to
Mm-hmm.
move towards towards Jonesville and Newberry, during that area.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, the first fucking like 50 topics or 50, searches were Gainesville. Like, I'm talking about like deep in like in the fucking center of Gainesville.
What
Like
what site were you
Pine
looking on?
rent.com and apartments.com. And whenever I typed it, fucking like Pinewood Terrace or shit, like shit that's on like 43rd Street. Where the fuck is that near Jonesville, man?
Jonesville?
Where the fuck is that near Jonesville? It's not even fucking close
So
to Jonesville. Jonesville
I ju-
didn't show up on the shit at all.
so I just looked up rent.com and I searched Jonesville, Florida.
Right, and they're all Gainesville shits, huh?
I mean, I have 510 properties. Yes, there's a lot in Gainesville, but there's a handful in Jonesville.
Yo, send me that link. Send me that link. I'm tired of this shit making me mad.
I mean, they're not quite completely in Jonesville. There's like some in Tioga.
Hey, I'll take Tioga. The thing is, I'm like on a budget, but at the same time, I'm so tired of living in Gainesville, like in the middle of Gainesville. I live by the police station, and sometimes I wake up to gunshots, and I'm just tired of doing that because I've been, for
Why is there
doing that for a
gunshots at
while.
the police station? Where they got like a shooting range?
There's like a shooting range, but sometimes it hasn't been a shooting range. Sometimes there's a shooting range outside, like on the street.
It's happening like yeah.
Yeah, it's like 4th of July, but like every week.
God.
And this is why I started out early, because I want to get through all those frustrations quicker. Like
Sure, you
I
can
want to
sign
get
up
through that.
now. Yeah, if you sign up now, you can
And
you
I
can get
just
ahead of the game.
yeah, I wish I wasn't so stupid with my uh Trump hush money, cuz I would have been using that for my down payment.
Huh. Yeah, how about that? Hmm.
Yeah, well, it's not like I use it stupidly, but I just bought shit around the house cuz my house was just a little bit of a mess.
Yeah, you invested though.
Yeah, I invested in the house. It wasn't like I just bought fucking lava lamps.
I can see you
Twelve
buying
hundred
home.
dollars of lava
Hey,
lamps.
what the fuck, man? I can definitely see you doing that though.
Yeah, and Andy, you hate apartment searching, but you're more of a you just fucking hate moving person.
Okay, yes, good point. Listen, coming from somebody that has moved 4 years in a row, I hate moving. And every time I was like, I'm not moving again. Then I ended up moving again because life happened and
and
I had to move,
and then
right?
when you got there, you're like, I'm not moving from this place.
And then I moved in with my now wife, but I moved into her apartment and I was like, all right, we're going to stay here for a couple of years. We're going to save up, we're going to we're gonna be smart about this. This is a fine location. Like, there's nothing really wrong with it, other than the fact that it's like a
Kind of
dirt
small.
lot where our
Yeah,
car is at, and um, people don't have courtesy on parking like civilized human beings in this town. Um, but so parking was a problem. However, it was a nice space. We could do it. It was affordable. So then we decided to get married, and so we're doing all the marriage stuff, and then we end up she found this townhouse that we ended up buying a month before our wedding day. So there
you did
goes
everything
that
at
plan.
once.
Because yeah, we're like, let's just do everything at once, get it out of the way, you know and then we can just live our lives you know
Best thing is
after
she's a
that.
counselor, so if you have any issues, you can just go to her.
To a degree, yeah. Other than that, she's
she's like, "What's wrong, baby? Talk to me." I'm like, "You're you. You're what's wrong."
no. Other than that, to a degree, yeah. But I mean, you only can do that to your spouse or to your significant other. You only can talk about so much, other because then it starts getting biased. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's good to have a third party person. So she's got like all these different contacts, and I'm actually going to be going to one, and it's going to be nice, dude. There has been so much shit going on this year.
yeah.
There has been so much shit in my life the past couple of years. I got some things to work out. So that's gonna be good. And we're talking about you know what, apartment searching could be on my list. Of things to talk about. But yeah, moving was a bitch. I hated doing it. Every year I got rid of more and more stuff. Because the less stuff you have, the less things you got to move.
I got rid of a lot of shit. Like I'm pretty
That's
sure
what
I
I'm
mentioned
talking
on
about.
the episode like a couple weeks back. I 3 trash bags full of shit, bro. I have no
Hmm.
junk drawers. I clean all that shit out just because I know eventually I'm gonna move, and then when I move on like on the day I'm moving, I don't want to go through my shit and be like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah,
I,
no, you cannot wait till the last fucking day. I mean, some people can do it. I don't know how they do it. I can't do that. Like, I gotta give myself no less than 2 weeks to start packing. Like, cause I
yeah,
gotta I gotta break it all down. I clean everything out. Then I gotta, like I gotta clean up the place, not just like vacuuming. Like, I gotta organize my shit because it's a mess. You gotta save up boxes. You gotta do all this, or you gotta go buy boxes, buy the moving things, and get things organized. You gotta time things right. It also depends on if you're renting. You have a certain time window to get your keys, and then you have to
to
have the
move.
movers
Yeah,
all organized and planned. Man, the one time when I went into the apartment that I was at before I met my wife, first of all, that place sucked. I hated that place. But that was also the time that I was working 2 jobs. So I really was never there. But anyway, that could be its own show. My experience with that. But for that, I didn't get my keys until my move in day. And I had movers there waiting on me to get my keys.
damn.
So I didn't didn't even have my keys. I didn't even get into the apartment. Not even like 30 seconds before movers were already bringing in shit. So I didn't even know what it looked like.
Yeah, you're like,
You know,
fuck it,
I
I'm here now.
I'm like, well, you know what? This is the apartment that they gave me. This is the keys. I finally got the keys. Like, yeah, it was annoying.
See, when I
It
moved out
was.
of my mom's house, I packed the day of.
Mm-hmm.
And well,
And
but
how did that go?
I mean, shit, it turned out fine. Me and Micah moved that shit. Well, the thing is, it sounds like, oh wow, packed the same day. Like, I only had a room because
Yeah,
it was
you
just
had a room.
a
You
room
didn't
and like a
have a
couch.
house. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a room and then a couch. That's all I had. But the thing
Right.
is, the apartment searching was fine though. I guess the most struggle that I had apartment searching wasn't even the searching part, but it was the executing part. So my mom was kicking me out
Yes.
of my house that January last year.
Mm-hmm.
Kicked me out mid January, and she said I had until March. And
Mm-hmm.
then, so I started searching for apartments. I found this apartment that I'm living at. I found it in February, mid February, about a month after she said she was gonna kick me out.
Right.
And then I started the process. Like, I looked at the whatever unit, the whatever the shit that they show, the shower unit,
Mm-hmm.
that one.
Yep.
Yep, I looked at that. I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I didn't even think too deep into it. I'm just like, I gotta fucking leave my mom's house now.
Yeah. Right.
And then she ran my credit. I didn't have any credit, but no credit's better than bad credit. And down payment, gotta pay $1,200, whatever the fuck. Gave her the money, and she was like, okay, so the apartment we want to give you is all the way in the back, and they have to redo the floors because all the new apartments, when the last tenant goes out, we're putting hardwood floors in, and they have to do that real quick. It shouldn't take long, about 2 weeks. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. 2 weeks later goes by, and it's now like March 1st or March 2nd, like around my birthday, because mine's on the 3rd.
Yep.
And I call her. I'm like, yo, so bro, I gotta move. I gotta be out this month. She's like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's gonna take a little while. They're taking a little bit of time. I'm like, all right. And then like 2 weeks later,
Okay, I'll be there tomorrow because I gotta move.
two weeks later, she finally, after weeks of calling her, or days of calling her, she was like, yeah, they're finally done now. They finally done painting. You just have to come by. We'll sign the lease, or we'll give you the keys, and then you just have to go to GRU, do whatever the fuck. All right. I got there, and then I finally got the keys, and it
Mm-hmm.
was fucking. I got the keys around like March 28th.
Jesus.
I know. I was like, Mom, I need like 2 more days. I need
Yeah,
like
I
two
mean,
more
you
days
could
to
have
move
been
out.
showing your mom like the phone call log. Like, listen,
Not
like,
the thing is, by the time March rolled around, bro, she didn't want me to leave the house.
ah,
She was already over the anger of wanting to kick me out.
mm.
But she didn't think I could do it. But nobody in
Well,
my to be honest, nobody in my family thought I could do it. Live alone? Shit. I'm doing that shit now, boy.
I'm proud of you, man.
Yeah, now my left arm is strong as shit. Living alone is nice.
Right, you are.
But yeah, I think that's it, man. I guess we gotta just go through the little outro we do.
Okay, let's see. So we get some things coming up next week, right?
Yeah, next week, our next week's game is gonna be Fallout 76.
Bethesda.
Yep.
Oh Lord.
And
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. Can we push that to 20 minutes?
all right, it looks like next week's episode might be 20 minutes of video games. And next week's conspiracy is gonna be JFK's death.
Oh man.
Yeah, a lot of controversy on that bitch.
Do you not
Um,
think he's dead?
what? No.
What?
Yeah, he is. No, no, that man is
Oh.
hamburger meat now, boy.
Ooh. Ew.
But yeah. Um, and we don't have a what makes us mad, but we will one day. And
Yeah,
remember,
give us 6 days. We're gonna have one probably.
no, most likely. Remember, we are on a lot of different platforms, including Anchor, Spotify, YouTube, and we also have our own website at notgoodenoughpodcast.weebly.com. You could drop your comments, drop your feedback, listen to prior episodes on that, all in one place. We also have a Facebook page that Andy made us at Not Good Enough Podcast. Look that up. If you have any suggestions, any feedback that you just want to give directly to us, you could send us an email at notgoodenoughpodcast@gmail.com. Is that it?
Not quite. No.
No, nope. Disregard that. Not good enough cast at gmail.com. There you go. We forgot the pod part.
Yes. Not good enough cast.
That's our email.
gmail.com.
Send us whatever you like. Just please, no dick pics.
Yeah, David might like it too much.
Huh?
Got him. All right, man. So that concludes episode 13. What do you think? What do you think? Was that good enough, man?
I don't think so, Andy.
Son of a bitch. I guess we'll be back for episode 14 next week.
All right, see you guys. Take care. Wash your fucking hands.
That's right. Stop touching your face.
Nasty.
Bye.